Right, so really exciting times. We've got the engine and gearbox back in, brand new gasket set for the engine, Welsh plugs. We checked over everything. We lapped all the valves in, new valve stem oil seals, got all new anodized bolts going on there. All the drive lines finished, so we've got all the tail shafts are on. The brake lines are all just look beautiful on there. Terrain Tamer suspension. It is looking absolutely awesome. We also got a wicked addition here, which is the Browns Davis long range tank. That's going to be awesome. We're just about to fit that up, but the big one today is we're just about to take the Paul's ute and the trailer and pick up the tub. I can't wait to see it. I saw it in primer. It's gonna the colour is going to be absolutely awesome, and this is my favourite part of a build, when this starts to do the nitty gritty bits. So yeah, let's get in the ute, get down there and pick it up. Whoa, slow down. Max has been cracking on with this. I know I said he was coming back from the paint shop, but I think he got a bit carried away. So check it out. The body's on brand new body mounts supplied by us at Mr. Landcruiser here. We've got the uppers on, brand new genuine rubbers in between the uppers and the body. We've got genuine rubbers between the cross piece above the back doors. We've been getting the dash is coming back together. All the switches and knobs are going back on there. We've had the dash cluster and the glove box and the Jesus handle, whatever it's called, is all been painted, ready to go back on. We've been bolting a few more bits back on the engine. We've got the lovely anodized booster. Now that looks awesome. Can't wait to get. We've got FJ40 master cylinder to go on there. We're going to be refurbing that with a new kit. Well, what else have we been doing? Oh, the Loom. Now the Loom. I've sorted out the front section. The rear section needs to be modified slightly because of the Kaymar bar which we've put on it. That's got LEDs on there, and we've also got a long range tank in the back, so there's some extending of wires and stuff. But the front Loom, we stripped it back to its bare bones, right? So that's taken off all the insulation, and what we're looking for is the green def, corrosion, and any wires that have run hot or anything like that. So luckily this Loom was perfect, no need for replacing that. Just strip back the insulation, check it out, re-wrap it all nice. Few new connectors where they've all perished over the years and cracked. What else we got? The Kaymar bar is bolted up there for finals. We've got the pedal box in. Little things like there's rubbers going on the bonnet hinges. So Max's main job at the moment is to go through. We've got all the crates out and the boxes. We're going through all the little Ziploc bags, sorting out what we need first and what we need later. So he's also been just cleaning and painting. It's the meticulous stuff that really make the difference at the end. So as you can see, awesome looking vehicle. I can't wait to see it done. This is going to fly along in the next few days, so watch this space. Right, so we're cracking on with the shorty. There's loads going on now. We've got the column in. We've got just little things, you know, like the anchors for the windscreen. We've got the upper supports in. The front guards are on. This is the best point for me in a build. All these nitty gritty bits, watching it come together and come to life. But just wanted to mention one thing really, with regards to the mechanising all the doors, right? So don't know if you've ever noticed, but the doors themselves are actually really light with no mechs in there. So there's probably more weight in glass and window regulators and latches and stuff like that. So always make sure, allow a bit of leeway. So when you put your doors on, just pitch them forward a bit, knowing that weight will probably pull them down a bit. And there's always a bit of fine tuning to do at the end anyway. And on our builds, we know this is going to happen. So we leave all the bolts raw. So there's no cracking of paint or anything. So when we're totally happy with it, at the end, the painter comes down with his little airbrush and airbrushes them all in. And it's just the best way to do it, trust me. So yeah, Maxi is doing a fantastic job here. I better let him crack on. We've been adjusting these doors and it's taken a while, and we're almost there. Not quite, but we're almost there. We've still got a little bit, come out about 1 mil on this side. So we're just running out of adjustment on the hinges and on the sliding bolts behind it. So we might just need a bit of dremeling out just to get that last little bit. We've been at this for a couple of hours now. Just really important to know, or to note, that get the seals in there and get all your latches and stuff in there, so you know as it bolts up and slides up, that's where it's going to be when it's shut and tightened up. So the seals are really important. Now when you put these seals on, they'll look like they're way too big for the door, right? Don't worry about it, don't panic. Just sit them over the top, and when you're gluing it, just make sure that you're pushing the seal back towards where you've just stuck, and then you'll find that all of a sudden they just become the perfect size for the door. But it's very important that you get them in before you start adjusting and playing with your doors. So it dramatically changes the way the doors are in the aperture. So we're nearly there, a bit more to go, but really wanted to show you what we've done with this Browns Davis tank, because I think it's pretty cool. Right, so Browns Davis tank, we all know we had it to fit up there, so it's all up there nice. The kit that Browns Davis supplied us, which is an awesome kit. It comes with everything you need for the under cab tank, right? So obviously this is 1976, so the tank's inside the vehicle under the seat, so the kit doesn't fit at all. So we've had to remanufacture it like almost totally. So we've taken the filler neck itself, taken that off, chopped it, used the parts that we got from Browns Davis to sort of weld in place so we can get the curves. And I was really worried that we weren't going to get the fall for the flow into the tank, which is all the way back there. But it's worked out really well. There's decent fall all the way, so I don't think we'll have to worry about. I don't want it backing off. You know, when you're filling it, you just want to be able to hold that tight and fill it as quickly as possible, especially with the amount of fuel this thing's going to take. So, but it's come up really well. I'm really pleased with it, and the curves are there, the fall's there. We've got the breather system all the way back to the tank. We've also got the evac system all the way underneath through the original pipes back up to the inlet manifold and the carbon canister. So it's all turned out really good. The fuel lines run underneath the vehicle along nicely guided through, and then they pick up the original metal lines as well. So it's come up really good, really pleased with it. And the best thing about it, I mean, I'd leave this like this so we could see it because I'm quite happy with it, but we've got all the original tank covers and the filler neck covers, and they're all beautifully painted. So once they're in, you can't even see any of it, so it's just sweet. I'm just attacking the roof gutters now. I've done 3/4 of it, or just about, so I'll probably go a bit too far and take a bit too long, but I like it to be perfect and I like it to do it just once. So what I do, I mock the straight parts up on the rear uppers, bolt them in, make sure all the bolt holes are lined up, then I get the corners in, mark them, trim them, get them down, tack them in place, and that's just the rear section. Then I get it back up there again, make sure all the holes are still lining up, and then I get the 2 forward bits above the doors, get them up there, mark them, get them down, and that's where we're at. So we've done one side, I'm just about to trim the other side. Now, you have to remember, Hom's Toyota parts, they're awesome. Every vehicle's different, so Homs knows what he's doing, man. He gives you a little bit extra on each one so you can get it up there and trim it down, because if he made them all the same size to fit, you'd have gaps and all that. So Homs knows what he's doing and he does it properly. Just need to spend time, mark it, measure twice and cut once, because once you've cut, you can't go back. So what we're going to do, we're just going to cut this last one and then I'll show you it up on the vehicle. So always make sure you've got your PPE on, goggles and hearing protection. And if you haven't got any hearing protection, improvise. Quality. So all we need, the tiniest of little tacks, just so it'll hold together while we get it up there. Check if the bolts are in the right place. We get Max, it's a 2-man job, and then we'll lift it up there, make sure the holes are in the right place, and then we'll attack the front piece. Right, so just wanted to show you how they're under the engine bay's going, and it is just beautiful under here. We're not far away now, so I've got the spark plugs out. We're just about to start turning it over with some oil in the sump, get the oil around the galleries, get the oil pressure gauge coming up nicely. We've got all our bling pieces in there now. We haven't got too many more to go, but now the fuel system is in, we can connect up the filter, connect up the carb, start getting some fuel up here. This is really exciting times, man, the first start up. So hopefully couple of hours times we'll be it'll be firing the hole and we'll get it going. But just have a look at that, beautiful.